Hi, everybody. My name is Tracy Truax, and I'm just going to show you really quickly how to make a Schoology banner with hyperlinks to hopefully make Schoology a more user-friendly experience for your students. When I was thinking about how I wanted to organize my page, I knew that I wanted to create a way for students to access frequently used documents easily. And because I know that sometimes things get lost in these folders. And so I came up with this system where I have the banner, but then each one of these, I don't know, buttons are all hyperlinked to materials that students would have to access on a regular basis. Or if they were absent, these buttons would help make accessing materials that they might have missed easier. So this is my AP Human Geography page, and I have 5 buttons here. And you can decide like whatever you want your most frequently used documents to be. So in my standard level classes, I only have 3. And then in American Studies, when we do, and because we do a lot of research, there are different buttons here. And so the first step that you want to think about for yourselves is what are your most used documents. So this could be like agendas or running Google Slides, or if you have a class website, or if you have a practice site, like my kids are always doing like math practice on a different site, any unit overviews, AP resources, maybe you have a weekly or daily check-in that you want to have easily accessible for your students. So you just kind of have to decide what those are for you. And then once you've identified what you believe to be your most important and frequently used documents, it's time to create. So I'm going to show you 2 quick ways on how you can create a banner. There's like an easy way and then a fancy way. So this would be the easier way. So the first thing that you have to do, obviously, is create some sort of table that's going to house your buttons. It's really important that each one of these buttons is its own individual thing, because when you are hyperlinking, you have to have, like, if you want to hyperlink your buttons, they have to be individual or they'll take you to the same place. So one way that you can do this is, obviously, you can find whatever you want your page to look like. And then you can use Google Doc to just insert this you'd have to do a drawing. And so when you're in drawings, you can just do a shape, whatever shape you might want. Rectangle's kind of easy, so you just throw it there. And then Google Docs lets you just type directly in there. So maybe this is your weekly check in. And then once you're done with your button, you can just save it and close it. And then if this is your button, then you would just hyperlink whatever your check-in is here. So paste your link there, and then you're done. And if that's good enough for you, great. It's super easy, super quick to make. And then once you have it made, you would just change the links as you change the unit, or use it however you want to. For me, I wanted something, I don't know, things, it's really important for things to be pretty for me. And so I wanted something that was maybe a little bit more artsy. And so if you're going to do something like this, you can't really create these sorts of shapes in a Google Doc. So I just went to um, uh, Google Slides, and then I was able to be a little bit more fun or funky with my buttons. And so a really easy way to do this, I removed this one over here, and you can see that this is, I just, found an image of a globe and then created around a circular text box and then put my label in there. But with here, you can just go to insert image, and you can search the web right here on your computer. And maybe you're an English teacher and you want some books. And so, oh, here's a good book. And then you just select it, insert it into your Google slide, size it like that. And then you would insert your text box right over it. So insert text box, and that would go right here. And maybe this again is your weekly check-in. And then, of course, you can size this and change the color and do whatever else you want to do with it. But then once you have your images, you need to make sure that, again, you are like I just used snip. So I did an earlier one and so just new, you just have to make sure that you snip them as individual images. And then when you're ready to cut and paste them, so copy and paste them into your doc right here. And then there you go. Now you have a fancy button. And so when you are all set and you have whatever it is that you're creating done and you like the way it looks, make sure that you hyperlink. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So here's in my human geography class, we're starting a new unit. So I have to do this anyway. Actually, put it here. So I'm going to hyperlink it here. You have to hyperlink it. You can't hyperlink it for whatever reason. You can't hyperlink it into the Google Slides. You have to hyperlink in the Google Docs. So I'm going to, this is my unit 3. So I'm just going to change the hyperlink here. Apply it. And now I've got a new hyperlink to political geography. This is the new agenda for Unit 4. I still have AP Classroom. Unit overview is what we give them at the beginning of every unit. So now I'm good to go. I'm ready. And by the way, if you notice here that my banner doesn't have the boxes, if you want to get rid of the actual lines, then you would just have to highlight them and turn them white. And then you don't actually have them, so it looks clean, just like mine does here. So then when you're done and you have your banner the way that you like it, you just copy it, and you're going to paste it into your Schoology page. So there's something really important here that you have to do in order to pin it to the top. So I'm going to remove last units, and then I'm going to paste this units. And this is the key right here. So if you click this button, this little plus sign call out button, you have to click this because this little bell is what keeps it at the top of your page. So then I would post it. And then when you go to materials where everything else is, when students need to access something with ease, they just click the button. And then of course it takes them to whatever the hyperlink is that you added. So that's it. That's about all you need to know. So again, just to reiterate, if you want to do something pretty basic, and you don't want to do all this, this like snipping and cutting and pasting, you can do it right in a Google Doc. And just create your hyperlinks right here and set it up however you want to. And then if you want to do something fancier, then you're going to have to use some outside creator. Like I use obviously Google Slides, but you could also use Canva. And then you'd have to like just snip each one of these as individual images and then just paste them in here. And then when you're all set, put it in your Schoology page. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. Otherwise, I think that's it.